Barnaby Jones, a Quinn Martin production, starring Buddy Ebsen, also starring Lee Merriweather, Mark Shera, with guest stars Kathleen Beller, Lyndon Childs, Richard Evans, Victoria Thompson, Randy Powell. Tonight's episode, Runaway to Terror.
Julie, I didn't know you were still up.
I was just getting book to read.
Well, certainly have a lot to choose from. Look, Julie, I'm sorry about what I said about your shaping up and setting a better example for your sister. Well, you know how I am when I lose my temper. I tend to say things I don't mean.
Yeah, I know.
Not that you didn't say a few unkind things yourself. There's one thing you got from your mother, it's her temper. Anyway, I'm glad I got a chance to apologize. It's no good going to bed on top of an argument. Good night, Princess. Get a good night's sleep. I'll see you in the morning.
Trouble?
No, not really. Steve? I got them.
Hey, look at that. Now, Julie, I told you, you didn't have to.
Look, I wanted to. My father owes me something, doesn't he?
Okay. Just remember, babe, it's you I want.
Oh, you've got me. Forever and ever.
Hey, better get out of here before your old man finds you gone.
What are we stopping here for?
Oh, my car's inside with all my stuff in it. I don't want to leave it behind in case they start checking on us.
You're a hard man to find, Steve. But like I told Mr. Whalen, you want him, I'll find him. That's what I'm real good at.
Look, I wasn't trying to run out on you. That's the truth. You go tell Mr. Whalen.
I don't tell Mr. Whalen nothing. He tells me. And he tells me I better come back with those 12 G's you owe him.
Or not come back at all.
Marty, all I need is a little more time. What's a few more hours, huh? A few more hours, I promise.
Your promises won't buy garbage.
This time it's different. Look, I met this chick. Her father's loaded. This girl thinks I'm in love with her. It's gonna be like taking candy from a baby.
Listen, punk. You can go with me easy, or I'll break you in half and carry the pieces up. It's all up to you.
What a lovely young lady.
Yes. Fortunately, both my daughters got their mother's looks. She died just over a year ago.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. You say that Julie had run away before.
Just after my wife's death. She and her mother are always very close, so I'm sure that had a lot to do with it. Plus my efforts at trying to raise a headstrong young teenager.
How did you handle it that time?
Dad called the cops.
They found her eventually and brought her home, of course. I tried talking to her about it, but it ended up in an argument. She said I didn't understand her because I was away so much.
Is that true?
Yes, I'm afraid so. My business takes me all over the world. That's just the way it is.
Why didn't you call the police this time?
Well, Julie turned 18 a few months ago. She's no longer a child. I must say I'm more worried about her this time than I've ever been before.
On account of the jewelry?
Well, she found out where I kept the combination to the safe. I don't give a damn about the jewelry. It belonged to her mother. I was going to give it to her anyway when she turned 21, but the fact that she took it, it's not like her to steal.
How much jewelry was there?
I think the insurance value is about $60,000.
Yeah, there's quite a bit for a young lady to be carrying with her.
Well, I'm afraid somebody else might think so, too.
Do you have any close friends that you might have gone to?
Mr. Jones, I would be the last one to know about Julie's friends.
How about you, Melinda?
Well, Julie doesn't have a lot of friends, except for me, but I'm her sister. Hey, wait. There was this one girl. Julie had her over a couple of times to swim. She seemed to like her a lot.
You recall her name?
Gloria. Gloria Hanley. She works at that health club Julie started going to when she went on that diet.
What's the name of the club?
Jupiter. It's that big one on Wilshire.
Oh, come on, Julie. I told you nobody followed us.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm sure.
You're not going to tell anybody where I am, are you?
Not even if they torture me.
Welcome to the Garden of Elysium. I'm Brother Love, and this is my assistant, Sister Felicity.
I'm the person who...
No, please, don't tell me. You're the young lady who called about a friend. And you're that friend, desiring a place of peace and tranquility.
How did you know which one of us?
The mind is nothing more than a transmitter of emotion, sending out vibrations of love, hate, anger, joy. Over the years, I've trained myself to receive these vibrations, interpret them, change those that need changing, and then return them to the sender, thus giving birth to a more positive and happy life force.
And, my vibrations?
Sadness, much confusion, a bundle of nerves ready to explode. Now, don't worry. You've come to the right place. The very name Elysium means the ideal state of happiness.
Brother Love, I only heard about your retreat from a friend of a friend, but I understand there is some kind of charge.
Yes, I'm afraid even pure air costs money these days, but I assure you it's nothing more than the heart force is willing to give. Sister?
You said on the phone you'd be needing a ride back to town?
Yes.
Brother Free,
Yes.
would you mind giving this young lady a ride back to L.A.?
Not at all.
Well, take care of yourself, Julie, and if you need anything, call me.
Thank you so much.
Sister Felicity, if you'll be good enough to show Julie to the House of Hope, I'll take these bags.
I'll take this one, thank you.
Of course. Sister dear, perhaps we'd better give our new guest something to help her relax.
Well, no drugs. I'm not into that.
Julie, we have no drugs here, no drugs at all. Only nature's medicine. You mustn't worry.
Mr. Jones, I'm Gloria Hanley. Shirley said you wanted to speak to me?
Yes, I did.
Well, if you're interested in becoming a member, we have several plans that might be right for you.
Yes, I'm sure you do. But the only thing I'm interested in right now is the whereabouts of Julie Enright. I'm a private investigator, and this is my associate, Jedediah Jones.
Did you know she was missing?
No, of course not. How would I?
Well, according to her sister, you and she are good friends.
We had lunch a couple of times, but we're hardly what you call really close. Julie's a nice kid.
When was the last time you talked to her?
It's been weeks, maybe longer.
Well, then how come Shirley told us that she tried to call you here twice last night?
Well, if she did, she didn't get me because I was off.
Didn't she call you at home?
No, she didn't. Anyway, Julie's 18. She's got a right to leave home without her father hiring a private detective to drag her back.
Gloria, for her own sake, if you know where Julie is, it might help her if you told her.
I'm sorry. I didn't even know she was gone.
Well, if you do get any information, would you please call me?
I will. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've got to get back to work.
She's covering Barnaby. She knows something.
You're probably right, Jedediah. We'll keep an eye on her.
Mm-hmm.
What if she wakes up?
Not a chance. I'd give her enough to keep her out all night.
There's nothing in here but some clothes.
Well, this was the bag that she was so concerned about. Well, now I see why. Lovely.
Do you think these have something to do with that blood on the fender?
Oh, no, it's possible. Maybe they even belonged to her.
Are you kidding? They must be worth a fortune.
So's Julie. According to her ID, in case of emergency, notify her father, Douglas Enright.
Is he somebody?
Just a man worth millions.
No. I didn't mean to kill him. Oh, no, I didn't mean to.
Sister dear, get the tape recorder. Bring it here. I believe we found ourselves the goose that lays the golden egg.
Nothing. Well, Barnaby, it's as if we never talked to her this morning. She's just over there, doesn't seem to have a care in the world.
Somehow I expected more than that.
Well, maybe I was wrong. If Gloria's telling the truth, we're just wasting our time following her.
Jedediah, sometimes in this business, you have to stick with your first instincts. Besides, Betty has struck out on all those names in Julie's address book.
What about the pawn shops?
I checked. Consensus is that she's gonna have a tough time hawking that much jewelry.
Well, looks like Gloria's still our link, huh?
Yeah, sure does.
She's leaving.
Maybe you better go see where to.
Keep driving nice and easy.
Steve, what are you doing here?
Where's Julie?
How should I know?
You're her best friend. She trusts you.
I don't know where she is.
You're lying.
Honest, Steve. A private detective came by today asking the same thing.
Did he ask about me?
No. I told him I hadn't seen her in about a month. That's the truth, Steve.
It better be. Or you're gonna be real sorry.
What's this all about?
Never mind. You hear from her, I want to know about it right away. Understand?
Of course.
Oh, sure, I know her. That's Julie. Oh, a real sweet girl. Kind of lost and lonely, though.
Did she ever come in here with a boyfriend?
You know, the secret of the success of this business is that I am deaf, dumb, and blind.
Sadie, it's very important that we find her.
Well, she was seeing a guy by the name of Steve Benter. With any luck at all, it won't last very long.
Why? What kind of a guy is he?
You heard of Mr. Right? Steve was Mr. Wrong. I bet he owes every gambler in this town. You know what I mean?
When was the last time you saw him?
Earlier this evening, as a matter of fact. Came in here looking for Julie. Very, very anxious to find her.
Did he mention why?
No. And I didn't ask.
Sadie, you happen to know where Benter lives?
He moves around a lot. Like I said, he's a real winner.
Well, thank you very much.
Hey, why don't you come back sometime and I'll buy you a milk, big fella.
Sounds like an idea.
Okay, what next, big fella?
Well, gamblers have to place bets now and then. I think it's time we interviewed some bookies.
You unlock the door? Do you hear me? Will you get out of my way? You let me out of here. Did you hear me? I want to speak to Brother Love.
Sufficient rest is essential. That'll be all, brother.
What did you do with my jewelry?
We believe that worldly possessions such as jewels can only stand in the way of true peace.
Will you come on?
That's why I've taken them from
You mean stolen them from me?
If you wish. That's the way you want to see it. That's the way you got them in the first place, isn't it? From your father's safe.
How? Where do you think that?
I know a lot about you, Julie. Like what happened at the garage the other night, how you ran over a man and killed him. And I've got it all right here in your own sweet voice.
How?
Under sedation, people do give away their secrets.
What are you going to do with that?
You're a very lovely young lady, and you've got a very wealthy father. I think this ought to be worth a large amount of money, considering what might happen to his daughter and his reputation if it should go to the police instead.
Please, you can keep the jewelry.
Thank you. I'd planned to. And when your father endows our little retreat, you can go. You're free.
How do I know?
Julie, you've got to learn to trust me. My brother Love, remember? Not a common criminal.
I don't get it. They blew it to the Knicks by 4. They lost to the Celtics by 8. And Vegas picks them to win by 3. How? Why? What do they know? If you don't see it, it's 2-1 we ain't got it.
Are you Sammy?
No, I'm Paul Newman. I like spending my time in this here box.
Listen, I was wondering if you could help me.
You follow basketball?
Chicago Bulls. It's my hometown.
Well, we all got to come from someplace. I don't figure it. Those Vegas people picked the Lakers to win by 3 tonight. Me, I don't see it.
Would you?
I gotta call it a toss-up.
I was thinking that maybe.
Okay. I give up. What can I do for you?
I'm looking for a guy named Steve Benter.
The lost and found department's on the 4th floor.
Well, no, I've heard that he places some of his bets with you.
Places bets?
Yeah.
I sell newspapers, magazines.
Okay. I'll take one of each.
You a cop?
No, I'm a guy with a pocket full of markers, all signed by Benter.
Join the club.
You too, huh?
No, not in your life. When I deal with punks like Benter, strictly cash up front. But I hear you're not the only one looking for him. Word is there's some real heavyweights on his tail.
You have any idea where I can find him?
You want a lifetime subscription?
Wait right here. I'll be right back.
Sure hope you got lucky because I didn't.
Barnaby, I almost have it. Give me another 20.
20? I just gave you 50.
Yeah, but you wouldn't believe the price of magazines these days.
I hope you don't run into a bookie who sells real estate.
Well, according to Sammy, Benter rents a room on the 2nd floor. Doesn't look like there's anybody home, Barnaby.
Let's take a look inside.
How about if I start in here, boss?
Okay. Clothes are still here. I'm glad to see you haven't moved.
Barnaby, take a look at this.
Pretty good.
I heard what he said. Taking candy from a baby. I was driving off, and a man came running out of the garage. It was too late. I hit him, and he fell. I killed him. I killed him. I drove off. Just drove off.
That's it.
She sounds like she's in a fog. Maybe she was drugged or something.
Not her normal speaking voice.
When did this arrive, Melinda?
It was in the mailbox when I went to get the mail this morning.
And then the call came in about a half an hour after that. It was a man's voice, very distant, very calm. It was strange.
How much did he say he wanted?
$200,000, ready by noon tomorrow. I asked him about Julie. All he would say is that she was all right and that he would be in touch with me later.
On the tape, Julie mentioned something about a garage. Any idea where that might be?
No.
Well, we'll check and see if there have been any reports of hit-and-run accidents.
Barnaby, maybe we should let Lieutenant Biddle know about this.
The police?
Sooner or later, we're gonna have to let them in on the fact that Julie may have been involved in a car accident. That kind of information you can't withhold forever.
But we don't even know if that's true. If she was drugged, that might be a lie. Seems to me the most important thing right now is to find out where she is and get to her.
Can you raise the money?
Yes, without any trouble.
If you'll take my advice, Mr. Enright, you'll stall as long as possible and insist on talking to Julie. Once you pay the money, you may never see your daughter again.
All right. But I want you to work as fast as you possibly can. There isn't much time.
I know.
Here we are. Marty Coleman. This is as close as I can come to a hit and run on the night you're talking about. It's a rap sheet. There's a coroner's report.
Enforcer for the bookies.
Last we heard, he was collecting on bad markers for Sid Whalen, one of the bigger gamblers in town.
Yeah, we're looking for a guy who was hit by a car, not by a cannon. This joker was blown away by a .38 caliber slug.
He was also hit by a car. A little further down where it lists abrasions on the body.
Fractures on the lower torso due to impact from heavy object as if hit by a car.
That's it. There's also skid marks found near the body.
Which means he could have been hit by the car after he was shot.
That's right, because according to this, somebody reported hearing shots inside the garage, but the car hit him outside.
Barnaby, this client you're working for, is he connected with this?
Could be.
Care to give me a name?
I will, just as soon as I'm sure, Lieutenant.
Give you 24 hours. Then sure or not, I want in on it.
You got it.
Doing court. You finish, leave that stuff on the desk. I'll see you later.
Okay.
Well, what about it, Barnaby? Muscle for a top gambler and a loser like better. Sounds like a shootout at the OK Corral to me.
Well, we know Bender's trigger happy.
Yeah, but what I still don't understand is why Julie thinks that she killed this guy Coleman.
I know, but one thing is for sure. If Julie was there, she witnessed the whole thing. Let's go.
I told you, Mr. Jones, I don't know where Julie is.
I think you do.
Well, you're wrong. Now, if you'll excuse me.
Gloria, this is no longer a case of a young lady running away from home. Julie thinks that she killed someone. That's the reason she's hiding out.
What do you mean?
Look, we don't have all the facts yet, but the night that Julie ran away, she might have hit somebody with her car. A guy named Marty Coleman, who was a collector for a local gambler, only she didn't kill him. He'd already been shot.
By who?
We have a good hunch it was Steve Benter, Julie's boyfriend.
Steve?
Yes, that's right. Have you seen him?
Yes. He's looking for Julie, too.
Well, if he finds her before we do, she may be in serious trouble.
Look, Gloria, if you're any kind of a friend of Julie's, you're gonna stop covering for her and tell us where she is.
All right. I drove her to a retreat outside of Elm Ridge. The Garden of Elysium. She's in the House of Hope.
I brought you something to eat.
What, bread and water?
No. Wild berries, fresh organic vegetables, everything that's good for you.
Good for me? Like keeping me locked up here?
Just as soon as your father pays the money, Brother Love will let you go. Until then, we'll try to make you as comfortable as possible. Look, even a flower to decorate your table. It's very pretty. Flowers have a way of changing bad vibrations into good ones. No harm done.
Could you please help me?
What?
I saw you yesterday when I arrived. I had a car. Do you have any idea where they put it?
Just be sure you got it straight now. I don't want any kind of mix-up. You'll be waiting in the ravine to pick up the money.
What about the girl?
Girl? We may have to arrange an eternal peace for the girl. Maybe you better look in on her. Sister Felicity's been gone a long time.
All right.
Excuse me, could you please give me a ride into town?
Oh, I can. The company doesn't like us to pick up riders.
Well, I won't tell if you don't. I mean, I've had it up to here with all this peace and quiet, and I thought maybe if I could get into town and have a little fun, get it on, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but...
Oh, come on, friend. I bet you know where I could get a little action.
Well, I get off in a few hours.
Well, then what are we waiting for?
Hop in.
You're doing beautifully. Just keep at it. That's all it takes. Excuse me a minute, please. Jupiter Health Club, may I help you?
Gloria, this is Julie.
Julie, where are you?
I ran away. That place was horrible. They were keeping me prisoner.
Hey, what? Well, where are you now?
I'm in Elmridge, but I don't have my car or anything. I really need help. Can you come and pick me up?
Oh, sure. Just a few minutes.
There's a park on Laurel and Spring, Grant Park. I'll wait here for you.
Grant Park in Elmridge. Okay, I'll see you in about an hour or so. Bye. Shirley, will you cover for me? Something important's come up. I've got to go.
Barnaby, there's one right over there.
Take a look.
You know, they're not gonna just let us walk right in there and take her.
Jedediah, I think the time has come for you and me to part company. I'll try to keep it busy for you.
Okay.
If she is gone, her father won't want that tape in the hands of the police.
I don't like it, brother. I don't like it at all. afternoon. Welcome to the Garden of Elysium, dear friend. Is there anything I can do for you?
Well, I understand that you people specialize in peace and love. And, as I always say, that's one thing the world could use a lot of, peace and love.
Yes, I quite agree with you.
So I thought I'd like to spend a few days up here, sort of get away from the hectic city pace. Everyone around here seems to be pretty peaceful.
Well, I hate to disappoint you, Mr.
Jones.
Jones. I'm sorry to say we're all filled up, if you'll excuse us.
Well, since I'm here, why don't I just take a look around, and I know what to expect next time I come back?
We're very busy, sir. Very busy. If you'd like to make an appointment, I'm sure Brother Free can arrange for you to visit some other day.
What is that building right over there?
That's the building of divine meditation.
Is that a fact? And it looks like just an ordinary building.
What are you doing here?
Searching for buried treasure. Where's Julie Enright?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Come on, I'll explain it.
Mr. Jones, I read vibrations better than most men read newspapers, and your vibrations tell me you haven't come here seeking inner peace. I'd like you to leave immediately.
I'm not leaving without Julie Enright. I'm a private detective.
Enright? Julie Enright? I don't think I've ever heard of her. Have you, Brother Free?
No, and I'd say this man is trespassing.
Barnaby, I found this in there.
With her initials on it. How do you still say you don't know anything about her?
I don't know how they got in that house. Well, if you'd like to look around, if you'd like to look inside, go ahead. But then I want you both to leave.
Are you looking for the girl that was in the House of Hope?
Yes, you know where she is.
Sarah. Sarah, it's time for your meditation, isn't it?
Sarah, it is very important that we find Julie. It could save her life. Life is what it's all about, isn't it, Sarah?
She left with Dave.
Dave who?
He works at a laundry in Elm Ridge.
Thank you. Hi. Your name Dave?
Yeah, what about it?
I understand you gave a lift to a young lady out of the Garden of Elysium today.
No, you made a mistake, mister.
Come on, you were seen leaving there with her.
Hey, look. They're strict here about giving anyone a lift. I could lose my job for it.
Well, don't worry. We're not going to tell anybody, but it's very important that we find her.
Okay, so I gave her a ride. She said she was going buggy out there. Wanted to have a little fun.
Where'd you leave her?
I left her right outside of town.
Where outside of town?
Hey, look, what's this all about anyway?
It's a long story. Where is she?
She's waiting for me at the park on Spring.
Thank you very much.
that look like Benter's car right there?
Sure does. Check it out. I'll take a look around.
Gloria, what are you doing here?
It's Steve. He's after Julie.
Where are they?
He ran off toward those hills.
All right, look, Barnaby went that way. See if you can find him. Tell him where I've gone, okay?
Okay.
Now, I'm not gonna hurt you.
What do you want?
You shouldn't have run out of me that night, Julie.
Yeah, well, I heard you in the garage. You don't love me. You're just trying to use me.
Just told Marty that to get him off my back. I figured if I could get away from him, you and I could take off like we planned.
Well, then nothing's really changed. We can still go away.
You still got the jewels?
No, but I know where they are. I can get them. Well, Steve, it doesn't matter. My dad's rich, you know that. All I have to do is ask him for something and he'll give it to me.
Julie, I can't take that chance anymore. You're the only one who can connect me with Marty's murder.
You? You killed that man?
As if you didn't know. Bender! That's it, Bender!
Please, whoever you are, I want to go home.
I think your father would like that, Julie.
Julie. Oh, am I glad to see you.
I'm sorry. I'm really sorry.
I'm sorry, too. I guess we all have a lot of growing up to do, me included.
Hey, Pumpkin. Oh, Julie, I missed you so much. Dad and I were so worried. You don't have to worry.
The police will be in touch with you about the recovery of the jewels.
They've located those people?
Mm-hmm. Brother Love and his pals are in custody, and chances are they'll spend the next few years in prison.
Thank you. I don't really know what else to say.
You just said it.
Thank you.
Take care of those two. You're a very lucky man.
Yes, I am. Shall we go?
You know, Barnaby, JR and I are lucky, too. That's why we've decided to take much better care of you in the future.
That's right, so take the rest of the day off, boss.
Well, that takes care of how Betty gets to the dress sale in Beverly Hills. But what are you planning to do with the rest of the afternoon you just gave me off?
Well, since I'll have nothing to do, I figured I'd spend it with Gloria. You know, get a few tips on physical fitness, that kind of thing.
Funny, I had that same idea myself. But you go ahead.
No, you do it.
No, I don't mind.
Barnaby Jones, a Quinn Martin production. Starring Buddy Ebsen. Also starring Lee Merriweather, Mark Shera, with guest stars Robert Reed, Catherine Justice, Anthony Gary, Anne Lockhart. Tonight's episode, Death Beat.
Like he might jump before you get to him.
No way. This guy wants to go on camera. That's why he called us. Come on. Jim?
Get back!
Okay, man. Okay. This is DeWitt Robinson on the Vincent Thomas Bridge in San Pedro. The man you see on that ledge is Jim Anders. Called us on the KBX hotline. Told us his intentions. Seemed to be reaching out. Like he wanted somebody to stop him. Jim? Jim, we want to help you. I don't know what a reporter can say to you.
Nobody asked you to say anything.
You want us to listen, is that it?
Yeah, why not? Nobody else will.
What's the problem? You have trouble at home? Your wife? Girlfriend? Lose your job? Are you hooked on something?
Let me speak to him. Father Moore. What's your name? What's his name?
Anders, Jim Anders.
Jim, will you give me just a minute? Look, whatever you're selling, I am not buying it. There's an answer, Jim. There's always an answer, no matter what's bugging you. There's got to be a better way than this. Come on, talk to me. Hey, Jim, as lousy as it is, there's always something worth talking about. There's got to be somebody who's going to miss you. How about it? You married? Isn't there a girl somewhere? Mother? Father? Who is it, Jim? Who do you care about? Get him away from me! Take my hand, Jim. I promise you, there's an answer, one you can buy.
Hold it. Longer. Okay, now hold it one more beat. Now.
I wonder what we had to do with this. I mean, if we hadn't have been there, maybe it wouldn't have happened.
If we don't cover the news, somebody else will. Nobody asked that priest to interfere.
Tell me something, DeWitt. If you stay in this business long enough, do you ever get used to it?
Maybe you have to. What's the running time on that? 3:57.
Robinson's reports, cutting room. Yeah, he's here. DeWitt, it's the hotline. They're putting it through.
Maybe take that timing sheet up to the control room, will you? Yeah, DeWitt Robinson.
It's me, Jim.
Hold on. Steve, is there any coffee around here? Sure. Newsroom, huh? Stuff tastes like it was made by Dr. Jekyll.
Right. It'll do wonders for you.
Jim, you made it? You all right?
How can I be all right? We just killed a man. A priest.
Are you sure? Did you see a body?
I didn't have to see him. Why didn't you stop him?
How was I gonna do that? Hey, Father, don't worry about the guy on the bridge. There's a little manufactured news for the 6 o'clock report.
Well, that would have been a lot better than what happened.
It was an accident.
DeWitt, you can't run that film.
I've gotta run it. Everybody knows I've got it. Why wouldn't I run it?
I'll be recognized.
Sure, you'll be recognized. You knew that beforehand. That's why you can't go home. You find yourself someplace to crash at the marina. You shave your lip, and I'll see you at the foot of the South Jetty at 9 in the morning.
You damn well better see me now.
Look, I've got a newscast to do. I've got a press club dinner tonight that I cannot get out of. Now, don't sweat it. I'll take care of everything.
Can you take care of the priest?
Hey, I mean, maybe he's all right. You made it. Maybe he did, too. Jim, trust me. Okay? I'll see you in the morning.
Mr. Jones, come in.
Thank you.
Did you see the police yet?
My associate is down there now.
I hope they tell him more than they told me.
They haven't recovered anyone from the water yet.
But it's been 15 hours, and Jim hasn't been at his apartment since I got into town. I've knocked on his door so many times, the landlady's daughter thinks I'm some kind of a nut. Oh, Mr. Jones, I'm a nervous wreck.
Maybe we better get right over to the TV station. The screen in the projection room is a lot bigger than a television set. You could probably tell for sure whether it was your friend that jumped off the bridge.
I just can't believe he'd do it, Mr. Jones. Especially not after he wrote me about how well he was doing out here.
How did he sign the letter?
All my love.
Well, now, any fella that signs a letter that way isn't thinking about jumping off any bridges.
Okay, I guess you're right.
Ah, we might find out something.
Hi.
Oh, this is my associate, Jedediah Jones. I have to warn you, at the very first opportunity, he'll ask you to call him JR.
Hi, I'm Wendy.
Hiya, Wendy. How are you? They found Father Moore's body outside the harbor entrance, but there's no sign of the other guy, Jim Anders.
Jim Wills. I tried to tell the police that.
Well, they're just going by what he was called on television.
When he called in on the hotline, he used the name Anders. Now, the question is, why would anyone contemplating suicide bother to lie about his name?
That's right. He wouldn't, would he?
Confess to the police, you out of your gourd? That's not gonna bring the priest back.
It'll get him off my head.
Sure. You're gonna mess up two other lives, man, yours and mine.
How do you ignore something that you see every time you close your eyes?
Hey, give it a little time. It'll go away. You'll forget about it. Look, I owed you 500. Here's another 500 on top of that. Okay, it's not gonna make you forget, not right away. But a grant's gonna go a long way to getting you back to Columbus, back to, what's her name, Wendy, huh? Wouldn't she rather have you free in Columbus than here in the slammer?
She's not in Columbus.
Wherever.
She's here. Look, I called back home last night. I had to talk to somebody and you weren't available. They said she flew out here. She wanted to surprise me.
Oh, that's some surprise.
Well, she probably went to my place when I didn't show up. Well, there's no telling where she is now.
The worst that happens is she flies back to Ohio.
Not if she saw me on the news last night. What if she thinks I'm dead?
Okay. Okay. I'll find her. Come on, I can do that. I got contacts on the hotline. Only you just keep your problem to yourself. Here, come on.
All right. Find her.
You gonna cool it?
Here's where I'm flopping in Venice, under the name Wilson.
Wait a minute. You gonna cool it?
If you don't take too long.
I don't know what a reporter can say to you. Nobody asked you to say anything.
You want us to listen? Is that it?
Yeah! Why not? Nobody else will.
What's the problem? You have trouble at home? Your wife or your girlfriend?
Oh, my God.
You lose your job?
You're absolutely certain it's Jim?
Are you hooked on something?
Yes, it's Jim.
Mustache must be new.
Father Moore.
I could tell it was him just by hearing his voice.
What's your name?
That's all we need, thanks.
Jim Anders.
That'll do it, Fred. Thanks.
None of this makes any sense to me at all. Look. You see, read the part where it says he's been getting some work.
Apparently he figured might lead to some acting jobs on television. Pictures, maybe.
Well, it certainly doesn't sound like a guy with no future and no hope.
No, it certainly doesn't. Thank you, Miss Price.
Listen, there's something else that I think you ought to know about. Jim was on the diving team when he was in college.
Oh? High board or low board?
Tower. He used to even pretend like he was doing a comedy act, you know? He'd pretend like he was falling, and then right at the last minute, he'd cut the water just like a knife.
Then you think the idea of his selecting a high bridge to end it all just doesn't track?
That's exactly what I'm thinking.
Steve, grab a camera and meet me in the parking lot, quick. I'll explain.
Girlfriend and detective.
We can catch them before they leave the parking lot.
Hold it, Libby, not so fast. Why?
DeWitt, just think. A grief-stricken girlfriend, a dead priest, a fake name. That's the kind of story the network will pick up on.
What fake name?
Anders. The girl ID'd him as Jim Wells. And it gets better. She won't believe that he's dead. He was a high diver in college. Is this a ticket to the big time or what? DeWitt?
Yeah, you go get him, Libby. I'll be there in 2 minutes.
First off, I think you ought to take a ride over to Jim's apartment. Hopefully he had some nosy neighbors who might be able to...
Mr. Jones! Mr. Jones! Oh, I'm so glad we caught you. Miss Milliken, we'd like very much to interview you for tonight's broadcast.
Me?
It's all about Jim, who he really is, how you came out here to be with him, and all about...
Please, I really don't think
I think an interview at this time is a little premature.
Okay, Libby. Got it? This is Wendy Milliken, who came here from Columbus, Ohio, to be with a man named Jim Wills. Miss Milliken, you saw our news broadcast last night, and you recognized the man on that bridge as your fiancé?
Yes. No, I mean, no. Look, I wasn't sure.
Excuse me, Mr. Robinson, but Miss Milliken's been through an ordeal. I don't think you want to add to her grief, do you?
Who are you, sir?
Barnaby Jones, private investigator, hired by Miss Milliken to find her fiancé.
Mr. Jones, what's happening here is news.
I don't want to interfere with your First Amendment right to gather news, Mr. Robinson, but there is no news here yet.
But of course there is. Miss Milliken, I understand you refuse to believe that Jim's suicide attempt was successful.
Look, it wasn't a suicide. He wouldn't do that.
Look, no interview. Isn't that what you were just told?
He was a high diver, wasn't he?
Listen, I don't think I'm explaining this clear enough. You see, the young lady is worried about someone she loves and doesn't need a microphone stuck in her face.
Okay, Steve, that ought to give us enough for broadcast.
That's just about all you care about, isn't it?
Hey, Libby, you're on the ball, kid. This one ought to give us enough to milk for days if we play our cards right.
Barnaby, do you remember Cloris LaRue?
You mean the stripper with the snakes? Only what I read in the newspaper.
She used to live here.
How do you know?
I dated an actress here once.
Singers, actors, dancers, okay, but snakes, no way.
So you mean you just kicked Cloris out?
Not me, my mother, the manager.
When's the last time you saw Jim?
I haven't seen him since yesterday morning. But so what? I've stood up before.
You had a date with him?
Last night, he was supposed to take me to Le Chevalier.
Fancy schmancy. That's $70 a throw, isn't it?
It was to thank me, he said. I I toss him a little salad and spaghetti when he has the shorts, you know. He's so grateful.
Struggling young actor, lands part in pictures, is that it?
He's more into stunts, I think. He's very athletic.
When did he give up acting?
When his acting teacher recommended it.
You know who that teacher was?
Let's see. Archer, Archette, Arche, silent T. French.
A-R-C-H-E-T, Arche. All right, I'll get right on it. Barnaby, are you planning to go into the theater?
I will if it's necessary to find out about Jim Wills.
Oh, Barnaby, Wendy called. It seems DeWitt Robinson phoned her, wanted to finish out that interview. She tried to say no, but...
How long ago was that?
Just a few minutes. Listen, I'd really like to know how he found out where she was.
He impresses me as the kind of a fellow who would find a potato bug in a bean barrel if he thought there was a story in it. I think Wendy needs us.
Wendy, what about the letter he sent you?
Oh, he said he had some work.
Why do you think he told us the exact opposite?
I don't know.
What kind of work?
He didn't say.
Wendy, if he did survive, as you believe, why do you think he hasn't come forward?
Well, maybe he's hurt or dazed or something.
Or hiding?
Why would he do that?
Afraid, maybe. Thinking he was responsible for the death of Father Moore?
But the priest grabbed him. How could that be Jim's fault?
That would depend on exactly why he was threatening to jump in the first place. You insist that he wasn't suicidal. Why then? Was it a publicity stunt?
Well, Barnaby?
This would be Barnaby Jones again, private investigator.
Are these folks invited guests?
No.
Then why don't we invite them out?
She opened the door for us.
It's still open. Why don't you use it?
What kind of camera is this anyway? This is a zoom lens, right? Come on, these are really difficult.
All right, Steve, Libby, that's it. Well, off the record, do you think he's still alive?
Off the record, no, but we're going to find out.
If you do, will you give me an exclusive?
Well, I've got one. How about an overly ambitious news hog who gets a trespassing rap laid on him if he ever pulls a stunt like this again?
Miss Milliken, you refuse to believe that Jim's suicide attempt was successful, is that right?
Look, it wasn't a suicide. He wouldn't do that. No interview. Isn't that what you were just told? No
All right,
interview.
cut it there. Take him out completely, and Jones, too. And that new stuff, when it comes back from the lab, cut around both of them.
It's super footage, DeWitt. Too good for the locals.
Hey, wouldn't it be a trip if he was alive? He sees his girl on TV all choked up over him. Phew, that'd sure smoke him out of the woodwork.
Yeah, you're not kidding. Well, you go ahead and make the cuts. Be right back.
I hope he does it. Sees the broadcast, turns himself in. You think he'd get a year or two? 'Cause, I mean, that Wendy's a nice girl.
And you're romantic.
Yeah, this is Wilson. Where the hell have you been?
Locating your girlfriend, as promised.
You found Wendy?
I will have. By 6 o'clock tonight.
6 tonight?
6:30 at the latest. It's a sure thing.
Okay. Just call me right away.
Yeah, but you're gonna have to answer the phone a lot quicker than you did this time. Where were you?
Oh, I'm on the 3rd floor. The only phone is in the lobby.
It'll probably be while we're on the air with the news. I can only be on the phone for a few seconds at a time.
So I'll stand by the phone.
Well, look, between 6 and 6:30. Don't get impatient. You stay in the lobby and close to the phone, okay?
Right.
Now, you students certainly know what a rose is. A rose by any other name would smell as sweet. Listen, darling, please. Now, try to think of yourself as a beautiful, pink, fully opened blossom, not a bloomin' ragweed. Oh, well, I'm sorry, darling. Perhaps we should think of some other little flower. How about a nice, bright little yellow daisy? Would you like that? Marvelous. Over there, darling.
Mr. Arche?
Well, well, my dear sir, I'm not often privileged to hear my name properly pronounced. As a mark of my appreciation, I'm waiving the usual charge of admission.
Thank you. We appreciate that. My name is Barnaby Jones. This is my associate, Jedediah Jones.
Jedediah. Well, it's certainly a pleasure to meet you. And I can certainly use a young man of your talent. Jedediah. It's rather hard to keep young leading men, you know.
Like Jim Wills. I'd like to ask you a few questions about him.
Private investigator, eh? Well, I'll tell you anything except that he was a good actor.
Is that why you advised him to go into stunt work?
Oh, come now, Mr. Jones. It seems to me you've already done some investigation.
Some?
Well, Jim is very physical, of course, but you don't just go into stunt work.
You mean jobs like that are hard to find?
Well, he mentioned recently someone who was very good at opening doors.
Any idea who that may have been?
I had the impression it was a television person, someone of rather substantial influence. No, no, darling, a bright little yellow daisy. Excuse me, sir. She's the girlfriend of one of my backers. Now, darling, it's simply a matter of concentration.
Now, Barnaby, what television person named DeWitt Robinson do we know in this case?
Maybe we just don't know him well enough.
Ah, shucks. And just when I was beginning to like not seeing him.
But Jedediah, sometimes you have to wade through the hog wallow to get to the melons.
Well, I'll put on my high boots. Hello. Yeah.
Hotel Brody, room 843, 9 o'clock tonight. Got it?
8:43, 9 o'clock. I'll be there.
Where's Wendy?
She's not here.
You promised me that she'd be here.
Well, that's before I found out Wendy hired a private detective to find you, man.
I should have known better.
It's a temporary delay. It's temporary. And I'm telling you, that private detective is digging in pretty good. You got to get your story straight.
My story?
All right, we're both on the hook. Here. Take a look at that. That's $4,000. I want you to play one last scene in front of my camera.
What kind of scene?
I want you to play the same scene you were supposed to play before. Only this time you tell him it was a performance on that bridge, see? Father Moore believed it. All right, now you got such a case of the gills. This time, you're gonna do it for real. Without any water to land in.
Just tell me where Wendy is, man.
Look, this time I talk you out of it.
I'll find her myself.
Wait, but look, they'll understand. All you're gonna get's probation.
Get out of my way!
It's too late. It was all on the air. Everything tonight.
What was on the air?
Your real name, interviews with Wendy, everything. Except the deal with me. Now look, Jim, it's all set up. We can do it this time.
No. Get out of my way! What the
$555-6219. Libby Price. Libby, I just heard from Jim Wills. He's at the Hotel Brody in the roof garden. Says he's going to try it again. Yeah.
#1 in the news market. That's where DeWitt Robinson's hotline put us. Sorry, it's the only chance I'll get. Sure you fellas won't join me.
No, thank you.
Mr. Monahan, how long has the hotline been in existence?
Oh, let's see, at least 5, maybe 6 months since DeWitt talked us into it. $50 cash for any news tip we use on the air. A regular viewer would know that.
Guess you found me out.
That made him into kind of a hero, didn't it?
Saved his job for him. And may get him a spot on a national show out of New York.
Mr. Robinson's stories all been on the sensational side, haven't they?
Yes, they have been lately, starting with the terrorists who blew up the abandoned power facility.
Oh, yeah, I remember that about a month and a half ago, right?
The hotline didn't pay off during the first few months, did it?
Right. Caught on just before option time.
Mr. Monahan, I wonder if you could supply us with a list of the stories that Mr. Robinson's hotline generated, along with the dates.
Well, I think I'd have to know why, Mr. Jones.
Kind of like to see how they stack up against the activities of the young man that went off the roof garden last night.
Jim Wills? You know what you're suggesting, manufactured news. That's a very serious accusation.
That's why we have to be sure before we make it. Kind of figured that you'd want to know one way or the other, too.
I'm very grateful to you, Betty. I really needed somebody, and you were there. Thank you.
Listen, if you'd like me to stick around for a while, I'd be more than happy to.
It's okay. Thanks anyway, but I am really whipped.
Well, you have my number.
Yeah. Oh, Betty, why did this happen? I just don't understand any of this. I've got a whole life to replan, you know? And I just can't seem to do any of it until I find out what it was that happened.
Wendy, I'll make you this promise. Barnaby will never stop until all of this is explained.
Okay.
It's gonna be fine.
Wendy, Jim asked me to talk to you.
Jim?
Jim Wills was obviously very disturbed on that roof. He asked me to tell Wendy how desperately sorry he was.
But he kept saying, if it hadn't been a priest, if it hadn't been a priest. Was Jim a religious man?
He respected life.
Yes, he respected life. That's why Jim Wills was so tortured a man.
And that's why he didn't commit suicide. He did not commit suicide. Do you hear me? He didn't have it in him. I don't care what you say. He didn't.
I was there. I tried to stop Jim Wills on that roof.
I can hear you trying to stop him. Don't jump, Jim. Don't jump. Not until you've told us your whole sad story. Oh, and turn your head this way a little bit so we can get your good side on the camera.
We can all understand
Well,
the
why don't you
sunshine
just
strip.
get out of here?
Why don't you put that one on the air, huh, Robinson?
Kill it.
Libby, I dropped by your station to see you. They said you were here.
You were right. I thought you came here to rescue me.
Well, I did, but you didn't look like you needed it.
Did you see the anchor man?
Monahan, yeah, I think we're on the right track. And I blew my little intimate interview with Libby the way I just came in here just now.
Oh, I kind of liked it myself.
Did you forget something?
To apologize. Sometimes DeWitt gets carried away. I'm really sorry for everything.
Thank you.
Oh, Mr. Jones, I thought you'd be finished asking questions about Jim. Now that now that he's not missing anymore.
I'm going to keep asking questions, Margie, until they're all answered, especially about his work.
His stunt jobs?
I not only want to know the nature of the job, but when he did it. Now, I compiled a list here in hopes it'll jog your memory.
Explosion, fire, robbery. Such dangerous work. Makes you wonder why.
Did he ever mention anything about a fire about the 3rd of last month?
My memory. Can I tell you about my memory? The worst. Lucky we don't have to rely on it. I keep a journal.
A diary?
No, a journal. You know, my thoughts, feelings, character sketches. Whenever I meet somebody interesting. You're in it.
You want to be a writer, is that it?
John Boy started with a journal, didn't he? Here's what I have for the 3rd. The 3rd wasn't exactly what you call one of your banner days.
Shall we move along to the 4th?
Oh. Jim knocked on the door. It was 2 in the morning. He asked if there was any salve in the house. There was a burn on his hand.
Will Wendy be heading back to Ohio right away, do you think?
I don't know. She didn't say. Were you ever around when Robinson took one of his hotline calls?
Not lately. Do you think she'll talk to me? I mean, woman to woman. Wendy. Say, who's the reporter around here anyway? You keep answering my questions with questions. Why are you so interested in DeWitt?
It's my week for collecting jerks.
Is that what you want me to say? That he's a jerk? All right, he's a jerk.
Present company accepted, I hope.
Mr. Jones.
Sorry, but I have to borrow your friend. Something came up on the Wills case. I have a job for you.
Is that urgent?
I think so.
What can I say?
Yeah, we both have a lot in common. We're both slaves to our work.
Uh-huh.
Let me get this straight now. You say your name is Marjorie Hall and you're a neighbor of Jim Wills. Oh, I see. You're the landlady's daughter. So he left you a letter? Confession? Confession to what? What happened on the bridge? I see. Well, yes, I'd like very much to look at the letter. I figured there'd be a price. What kind of money are you talking about?
I don't know. How's about $1 million?
That's pretty steep. Take me a little while to raise that kind of money.
No kidding. You could have fooled me.
Well, I'll try. But in the meantime, don't sell the letter to anyone else.
Libby, get me DeWitt, quick. Oh, well, look, when he gets back, just to tie him down, lock him in his office, anything. I've got to see him.
Hey, Bobby, who's got more money than the network, huh? That's right, nobody. Yeah, so squeeze him a little. Yeah, but don't blow the deal, okay? Yeah, right.
DeWitt. Oh, I'm glad I caught you.
Hey, Libby, just in time, grab a glass and I'll give you one guess.
Oh, DeWitt. New York's come through with an offer.
My agent's negotiating the deal. Cheers, babe. Johnny said you had something hot. What is it?
Yep. Jim Wills left a letter. It's a confession of some sort about what happened on the bridge.
Left it where?
With his landlady's daughter, Margie Hall. I don't know what it's about, DeWitt, but it sounded pretty important, and it has to be something that you can use tonight when you wrap that story.
Yeah. Well, you did the right thing, babe. Really on the ball. Yeah. I'll handle it, okay?
Well, don't you want to know how I found out? DeWitt?
Right. Hold your horses. Oh.
Margie Hall?
You win first prize. Who wants to know?
DeWitt Robinson.
Well, been reading an awful lot about you lately.
All right, if you're talking about the letter, let's get at it.
Letter? What letter?
If you don't know, baby, forget about it.
Come on. Word do get around on it. Are you making an offer?
I might be interested.
Could be worth a lot.
Depends on what's in it.
Judge for yourself. That's a copy, of course. I made it down in my local friendly neighborhood drugstore. Girl can't be too careful in matters like this, huh? Did he spell your name right, honey?
The man was in the wrong business. He should have been a comedy writer.
What are you saying? This is a fiction?
Of the bad pulp variety.
Yeah, I don't know. It looked like a confession to me. I mean, at this late date, why should the guy lie, huh? I figure the police are gonna think that.
A man in my position is always vulnerable to this kind of slander. And I find it less damaging in the long run to pay off than to fight back. You understand that?
Seems like a reasonable attitude.
Yes. And how much is reasonable? And how fast do you think you want it?
Barnaby.
He went for the bait.
Bet he did okay?
Yeah, even though Marge wasn't crazy about the impersonation, she got the job done.
Where is the payoff gonna be?
By the monkey cages at the old zoo.
I think I know where that is. What time?
This afternoon, 4 o'clock.
All right. Will you get things going? Okay, good enough. Talk to you later.
Rotten business, isn't it?
Yours or mine?
Both. You set me up, and I set him up. It's just that I could have stopped him, but I didn't.
And you shouldn't have. Libby, look. The fraud that Robinson perpetrated on the public is nothing compared to the crime he committed against the name of every TV newsman in the business, including you. I mean, he's responsible for the death of Father Moore, if not Jim Wells.
How did you know that I wasn't in on it?
Well, you would have been at Margie's place waiting for him. If you thought you had equal billing in that letter. Come on, we better go.
We?
Well, you don't want another station to get a scoop on your own story, do you? You're a reporter, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
And that's the final Robinson report on the short life and tragic death of Jim Wills. In fact, the final Robinson report you'll be seeing locally on this station. Beginning Monday, will be seen a half an hour later on the network news originating from New York. This is DeWitt Robinson, and that's a wrap.
Well, thank you, Charlie, for letting me tape in advance. I had to stick around and do that live. Never made the play. No problem, DeWitt. I'm just sorry this will be your last show here. We're going to miss Robinson's report, not to mention the ratings on our 6 o'clock news.
Yeah, well, you'll come up with something.
Well, good luck in New York, DeWitt.
Thanks, Charlie.
Over here.
Stupid place to meet. Why'd you pick it?
I watch a lot of television.
Come on, let's get it over with. And I want the original.
So do I. If you get my meaning.
All right. That's it. We're through. You understand that, Miss Hall. Finished.
Yes, I do believe that is the word for it, Mr. Robinson. Finished.
Robin! Don't try it, Robin. Don't try, Robinson. Robin! You're under arrest, Robinson. Suspicion of murder.
By exchanging the money for what he believed to be an incriminating letter, TV news personality DeWitt Robinson has verified his part in the planning and execution of fraudulent stories.
You're still on the ball, aren't you, Libby? Oh, I taught you pretty good, huh?
You were wrong about one thing. I don't think I'll ever get used to it.
Oh, sure. For old time's sake.
Lieutenant.
All right. What am I gonna say? You want me to tell you that the news at 6 o'clock isn't real? Oh, hell, it's real enough.
We just dramatize it a little for you, that's all. That's all. We don't want you to tune us off. We edit, we select. We go out on a bridge when somebody's gonna jump, because you want to see it. Nobody wanted that priest to die. Jim Wills agonized over it more than I did. That's why we were dancing around on the roof garden of that hotel, but I don't have to tell you that. You were there. You saw it. Living color. Last night, you saw it. You make up your own moral. 'Cause I'm tired. It's DeWitt Robinson. And that's a wrap.
Well, we know that wasn't a fake.
But I'm afraid that Jim's feeling for me was.
Not according to our friend Margie. Oh, he liked her, all right, but she said that his mind was always on you.
He knew I was in town. Why didn't he try to find me?
Because DeWitt kept him from it. His biggest concern was for you, Wendy. All he wanted was to take his lumps for the accidental death of the priest, find you, and start over.
Are you really sure about that?
I just talked to DeWitt. That's why I stopped by here. Thought you'd like to know.
Oh, I did want to know that. Thank you, Libby. I guess I can go home now, Mr. Jones. I think I'm going to be all right.
I never doubted it for a moment.
Aw. Well, wouldn't you know it? I forgot to ask my cab to wait.
Well, now, I think I just happen to be going in your direction.
What direction is that, Jedediah?
South, west, north, whatever.
Out, you two.
Barnaby Jones, a Quinn Martin production, starring Buddy Ebsen. Also starring Lee Merriweather, Mark Shera, with guest stars Gregory Walcott, Catherine Cannon, Mark Wheeler, Cooper Huckabee. Tonight's episode, The Mercenaries.
Dennison Cable TV. Understand you got a problem.
Nobody told me you were coming.
Oh, somebody called. Here's the work order. Open the gate. I said open the gate.
Freeze!
That's that, and you're dead.
Very effective, but you're 12 seconds late. None of you would have gotten off the grounds alive. He would have been out of the chair, out of the room. The police would have been on their way. By the time you found them, they would have arrived.
Well, that guard wasn't supposed to be there under the stairs.
Corman, you were supposed to check the stairs.
Yeah, Danny. If Otis and I hadn't been there.
What makes you think that your target, surely one of the most unpredictable men in the world, will pick the moment that we plan to kill him to suddenly become predictable?
Sir, this is the whole idea of training, to prepare for the unexpected moment.
The guards will be real next time, and so will the bullets.
We won't be off more than 5 seconds, no matter what they throw at us.
5 seconds. And half that time, you could be 4 dead soldiers. Now think about it. There isn't much time left.
Yes, that's Corman, Danny Corman. No, with a C. C-O-R-M-A-N. I'm his wife. Well, there must be some record. He said he was working for you. I know you're just the secretary, but could you please check? It's really terribly important. I see, all right. Thank you very much.
Zip, huh?
Zip.
She's lying.
Maybe she is just the secretary.
Are you kidding me? Secretaries always know more than their bosses.
I think that's a compliment.
Jedediah? Were you expecting a young, pretty visitor?
Kate.
Hi, JR. Did you find him?
Well, no, but we think we have some leads.
Anybody mind filling me in?
I'm Barnaby, I'm sorry. Betty Barnaby, this is Kate Corman. She's Danny's wife.
How do you do?
How do you do?
Danny's a friend of JR's from Chicago. They grew up there and served together in Vietnam.
Kate called me last night to help me locate Danny.
Is he missing?
Danny joined a private army group.
They're mercenaries. Let's call them what they are.
Anyway, he was immediately sent out here to Los Angeles. I got 2 letters right away. Then for the past 3 weeks, nothing.
Well, have you tried contacting this army group?
Well, we've been trying all morning, Barnaby, but they claim to have no record of him at all. And they swear they don't even know what we're talking about.
Well, I'm sure we can clear that up.
Not to worry. Now, it's my friend, my case. It's my first case. How about that, huh?
Why did your husband join this group in the first place?
Oh, money. You see, I've been ill. The doctor and hospital bills were killing us. Before I could stop him, Danny had joined and was shipped off. A few weeks later, my condition turned around. I've got to find him, Mr. Jones, and tell him I'm all right now. I'm afraid they'll send him to Angola or someplace. He'll be killed all for nothing.
All right, take it easy. Just give me a little time.
Oh.
JR's right. You must be dead tired from your flight. Why did you come to my place? You could stay there if you like.
Well, thank you. But I already left my things at my aunt's over in Silver Lake.
Well, I'm going across town. Silver Lake's right on the way. Why don't you ride with me? Betty, see if this gets in the mail, please.
We'll do it.
You sure it's no trouble?
No, no trouble at all. Come on.
Does your aunt have a phone?
I'll call you with the number.
Look, Katie, don't worry about a thing. We'll take care of it.
Thanks, JR.
Well, I sure hope that sounded convincing.
You should learn not to promise things unless you can deliver.
Add with the number.
What did you know?
Well, you can't beat him, as the old saying goes. Why don't you try
You're
to
not gonna
join him? Yes, sir.
Corman, I don't see how the VC missed you.
You're very good, sir, but it won't happen next time, sir.
When it's the real thing, there is no next time. Reed, Otis. When are you guys going to shape up? I mean, where's your pride? Think of the importance of this mission. We are going to set a whole country on the road to freedom. Think of it. All right, let's try it again. You two in the trees there. Corman, you be the target this time.
Colonel Folsom, I was just wondering if you had a chance to make that phone call for me.
Yeah, I talked to your wife.
How is she?
Well, unfortunately, her condition is not too changed. But she seemed in good spirits.
Well, considering the circumstances, sir, don't you think maybe I could make like one phone call?
Soon. We'll be going into action very soon. Corman, your wife sends her love.
This is the Cendrex Company?
Sure is, buddy. Secretary's inside. I'm Steve Barker. Call me Lobo.
Hi, Lobo. How are you? J.R. Jones.
I guess you're signing on too, huh?
Well, you know where the fighting's gonna be?
Somewhere in Africa. I don't really care, as long as it's a place where a guy can show what he's made of.
I see. Were you in Vietnam?
No. That one didn't last long enough for me to get in it.
But you were in the service.
Marines. I wanted to be ready when I did get my chance. I've kept myself in pretty good shape.
Get your feet off the desk. Sign here.
Does this mean I'm in?
Not quite. You'll get a call.
Sure hope you make it, buddy.
Thanks, Lobo.
What are you looking at?
You? You know something, I'll bet under that hard, business-like veneer beats the heart of a great romantic. A veritable sleeping beauty just waiting to be set free.
Well, if you're the frog I have to kiss, forget it. Now, what do you want?
Well, I called. J.R. Jones, he told me to come down, remember?
How did you hear about the Sendrex company?
I told you.
Tell me again.
The ad in Man of the World magazine. I was wondering where we were going to be fighting.
I don't know. I'm just the secretary.
Well, can't you even tell me where we're going to be training?
I just take applications.
Well, who's going to be in charge of this group?
That's classified.
Why? I was just wondering what I'm getting myself into here.
Do you know it's against the law to recruit mercenaries in this country?
Yeah.
That's why it's classified. Now, do you want to fill out this questionnaire or not?
Do you love your country? And that was just the first question. Then there was, are you willing to kill without question? Have you ever been confined to a mental institution?
Betty was right. I don't like the sound of this.
You know how much these guys make? $300 a week.
That's big money to a lot of people.
Big enough to die for? You know, I'll bet a lot of these guys are like this kid Lobo. I mean, he doesn't have any idea what he's getting himself into here.
Barnaby, we can't let J.R. go through with this.
Look, it'll just be for a little while. I have to do it. Danny must be in trouble or he would have called Kate.
We haven't seen him in 3 years. People change, you know.
Well, if Danny had changed that much, don't you think I would have seen it in Kate? I got it. I gave the number of our private line here to our friendly neighborhood mercenaries. Hello? Speaking? Great. I'll be there. Well, I am in.
Get out and line up.
This is it? We're the whole army here?
Just shut up and get in line. Recruits! Stand hut! From the dawn of time, there have been men who flirted with death. Men who found that thin line between disaster and glory more exciting than any financial success. I am one of those men. You think you are too. Well, that's what we're here to find out. We know that you are already tough. But by the time you ship out of here, you're going to be twice as tough. In the meantime, you belong to me. You are all mine, 24 hours a day. Now, to help you concentrate on your work while you're here, there'll be no distractions. No newspapers, no radios, no television, no phone calls, in or out. And the first thing we have to do is get you looking like soldiers.
Ah, look at that, more clothes. We're not the only ones here after all, huh?
Jones, anyone ever tell you you ask too many questions?
Can I help it if I've always been curious?
Well, we'll just have to take care of that now, won't we?
Yes, sir.
they look to you?
Fine to me, why?
You seem to get younger every batch.
All you need is nerve to pull the trigger. The younger ones are easier to discipline.
We get the same price whoever we send over, so I guess it doesn't matter.
Not much, unless you need men who are really trained, like for the special unit.
Oh, by the way, Colonel Folsom is bringing them back in later today.
I guess he figures he's punished them enough.
Recruit! Hold it! Hit! Hut! Where's Jones?
I don't know. I'll find him.
Where you been?
The guy's got to have a chance to wash his hands, doesn't he?
You get in line now, on the double.
I'm sorry, sir. Won't happen again.
All right, it's time to find out what you can do. So we'll start with the obstacle course. Jones, you be first. And last. All right, move him out. Double time. Hard! 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 Hard!
Hi, Betty. Hi. Is JR here?
There's no one here but me and my trusty typewriter.
Oh.
Well, listen, when I hear from him, I'll have him give you a jingle.
Thank you.
Would you like to stick around? I just brewed a pot of hot, fresh coffee.
Well, I wouldn't want to interrupt you.
Listen, you're not interrupting me. Believe me, you're saving me. Black okay?
Yeah, fine.
There you go.
Thank you. Betty, I haven't been completely honest with JR and you people.
Oh?
Deep down, I'm afraid Danny doesn't want to call. What if he doesn't want to come back to me?
You don't really believe that, do you?
I've never admitted it to anyone, even myself. But that's what really scares me. Maybe he's just left me for good. I really couldn't blame him.
What makes you say that?
Oh, I was so impatient for him to do well. He drifted through a lot of jobs. It wasn't that he couldn't hold them, he hated them. Then I got sick, and he couldn't see how to pay the bills, and, well, you know the rest.
Well, as I see it, Kate, there's only one real question. And that is, do you two really love each other?
Yes. Yes, I think we do.
Well, then, he didn't leave you. And if I know JR, he'll find him.
Come on, Lobo, you can make it. I don't think I can make it. Sure you can. Come on. It's another 50 yards. You can make it.
I never expected anything like this.
Come on, you can't tell me you didn't do things like this in the Corps.
I lied. Don't ever tell anybody. I was never in the Corps.
Come on, let's go.
A little out of shape, aren't we, fellas? Don't worry, in 2 weeks, you won't even be breathing hard.
If we live that long.
Okay, that's it for the day. Get on back to the barracks. Chow's at 1800 hours.
Pick him up! Pick him up! Up, up, reap, up, reap, up, reap.
Danny! Oh, my God, what are you doing here?
Looking for you?
How'd you get in here? You're not supposed to be here.
Keep going, keep going, keep going.
Kate has been trying to get in touch with you.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Hey, you two. Break it up. Move it out. Get the lead out, woman.
What was that all about?
Looks like they're long-lost buddies.
It's a coincidence. You know, Corman's wife has been calling quite a bit trying to reach him.
A nice friend shows up. You interviewed Jones, didn't you? What do you think?
I think I ought to check him out a bit more thoroughly.
The least you think you could do would be to call.
Why don't you run along home? I'm going to hang around for a while.
Is there anything I can help you with? Barnaby Jones, may I help you?
This is the phone company calling 555-9134.
Yes, operator.
We're calling to verify some long-distance calls charged to this number by a Mr. J.R. Jones.
Oh, that's all right. He works here.
Is this a residence phone or a business phone?
Well, it's a business phone. Don't you have it there? It's a private, unlisted number.
Oh, yes, here it is. Jones Plumbing?
Oh, that's Barnaby Jones Private Investigations.
I see.
Oh, what's this about, operator? Is Mr. Jones trying to call in collect?
Oh, no, we're just checking the number for billing purposes.
Oh, well, what was that first name again? Jones is such a common name.
The initials J as in Jack, R as in Robert.
Oh, you said J.R. I'm sorry. I thought you said A.R. There isn't a J.R. Jones here.
I see. I'm sorry to have troubled you.
That's perfectly all right. Barnaby, I really blew it, didn't I?
Why don't you double-check the phone company? I gotta go find Jedediah.
Have either of you seen Colonel Folsom?
Yeah, he's already left for town. He won't be back until the morning. What's up? That'll be all, Clement.
That new recruit, Jones. I found out he works for a private investigator in L.A.
You mean we've been infiltrated?
That's right. And until the Colonel returns, I don't want Jones out of your sight.
Why don't we just get rid of him now?
No, that's up to the Colonel. In the morning.
There's nothing like starting off the day with a 10-mile hike before breakfast.
I don't know if I'm gonna make it. Did you know it was gonna be like this?
Well, I didn't think we were on our way to a hotel in town.
Hey, buddy, help me.
All right, come on.
Make it.
Let's go.
Danny!
Go on, go ahead. Wait a second, I want to tell you something.
Hey, JR, you better get out here as fast as you can. You're in a lot of trouble, boy.
I am? Why? I just wanted to tell you that Kate's fine.
Jones, get your butt over here on the double.
Longman says we might get the green light as early as tonight. You better clean this place out. No matter how it comes off, we won't be coming back here.
There might be a problem.
What kind of problem?
Come in.
Could I speak to you for a second, Colonel?
What is it, Corman?
It's about one of the new recruits, sir.
Go on.
Well, you know Jones? Well, I knew him in Vietnam. Now, I don't know what he's doing here, but I do know that he works for a private detective.
Private detective? Did you know about this?
Last night, I was about to tell you.
You're right. We do have a problem, don't we? Well, Danny, I'm glad you told us. Any ideas why he's here?
Well, it says he's got a message from my wife, but you already spoke to her, right, sir? Well, you see, this is why I don't trust him.
Well, neither do I.
You want me to take care of him?
Okay, Coleman. You got the job.
A lot of good things to say for women in business, and you're sure one of the reasons.
Well, that's very nice, Mr. Jones, but...
Sounded chauvinistic. Well, I'm sorry. I guess it came out wrong, but I meant it for a compliment.
Well, that's exactly how I took it. Well, here it is. This is the Sendrex company.
Travel light, didn't they?
Well, the only person I ever met was a woman named Lucy Todd. She said that the company was screening applicants for foreign jobs.
They leave a forwarding address?
I didn't even know they'd moved out.
You wouldn't have one of their old canceled rent checks around, would you?
Yes, if they had paid by check, but Miss Todd always paid cash in advance.
Who owns the furniture?
The building. She rented it.
Suppose they paid for that in cash, too. Huh?
You really are a detective, aren't you?
Times like this, I sometimes wonder.
What? Oh, I see what you mean. Mr. Jones, I don't think they left a thing behind.
Probably right. Except for this. 5557201. Is that the one you called for, JR?
Mm-hmm, that's the one.
Get in touch with your friend at the phone company. See if they can tell you who that number is listed to, what numbers they call, things like that.
I'll get right on it.
Better call Lieutenant Biddle, too. Tell him what we're doing. I have a hunch if we turn over enough rocks, we're going to find something we need help handling.
JR.
Boy, am I glad to see you.
I wasn't so sure there for a while.
Is Kate really all right?
Yeah, the treatment's worked as a total cure.
Oh, man. Wish I could see her now.
Well, what are you waiting for?
JR, don't you know what you gotten yourself into here? I can't leave. They'd kill me.
What do you mean they kill you?
I'm in a special unit. We're going to start a revolution by killing this Middle Eastern dictator.
Danny, if you get out now, nobody will connect you with something that's going to happen halfway around the world.
Well, it's not going to happen halfway around the world. This dictator's going to come here.
What do you mean, here to Los Angeles?
Yeah. So you see, you got to get out of here as fast as you can.
Look, I'm not going anywhere without you.
Well, the two of us can't make it, but if you get out, then you can bring help.
No.
Look, it's the only way, and I already told them that I know you work for a private investigator.
You told them?
Yeah. Well, no, they already knew, but see, this way I could volunteer to get rid of you myself.
You what?
Well, you're going to get away. You take a swing at me and you start running.
Oh, no, forget it.
Look, you're our only hope. Now, go ahead. Go on. Just make it look good, though, okay?
That's it.
And what are you two doing here?
Backing you up. Looks like you needed it.
I could have gotten it myself.
Crack shot like you missing twice?
Hey, what's going on?
Hey, those were blanks. You were testing me. Why?
What's the difference? You passed.
I don't like having my loyalty questioned.
You don't have to like anything. All you have to do is obey orders. All right, take him back.
Why don't we just finish Jones off now?
And take a chance on them tracing the body back here? That's stupid. No, we'll take him with us. He'll be one mercenary who didn't survive the raid.
Here's a list of calls made from the Sendex company phone. Did a rundown on most of the numbers for you.
Oh, good work. Richard Longwood, that name ring a bell?
Isn't he into oil or something like that?
He is a billionaire oil speculator with interests in the Middle East, places like that.
Think there's a connection?
Seems to me I read something about him financing a mercenary army in a revolution to put his man in power. Well, looks like Jedediah's first case is a little bigger than just tracking a missing husband.
Well, now where are you off to?
Longwood. I always wanted to meet a billionaire.
Dinner. I'm supposed to wait while you eat it.
Lobo, I'm a private investigator. I came here to find Danny Corman. But as it turns out, I uncovered a plot to kill a Middle Eastern leader.
Yeah, then there's gonna be a revolution, which will free a whole country.
Oh, come on. You don't really believe that, do you?
Well, sure. Why not?
Because it's a lot of baloney, that's why not. It's gonna happen right here. And we're gonna be accessories to a political assassination. There isn't gonna be any glory. There's gonna be an international incident.
I didn't know anything like this was gonna happen. I just wanted a chance to do something important.
All right, well, maybe you still can. And will you help me stop him?
What do you want me to do?
All right, listen. Somebody has got to get out. Now, I can't, and I know they're watching Danny. So you've got to get out. Lobo, this is the adventure you've been wanting.
Me? How?
Well, I'm sorry. I'm just not so convinced.
Corman told us Jones worked for a private detective. He volunteered to get rid of him. He didn't know his gun was loaded with blanks.
Now, look, they grew up together. They soldiered together. People don't change that much so fast.
Corman's done everything we've asked of him. You don't have anything except your damn woman's intuition.
Let it pass.
All right, then try this. If you've been calling Corman's wife like you told him, why would she send Jones to find him? She'd just wait for your next call. Now, by now, Corman must realize you lied. That's not intuition. That is just common sense. Mr. Long.
Yes, sir? I understand. It's the green light. We go in 2 hours.
What about Corman?
Corman, yeah. Lucy, I think you're right. Bates, you go with us. And when this whole thing is over, 2 dead will be left behind. Jones and Corman.
What do you want?
I'd like to see Mr. Longwood.
He expecting you?
No, but it's rather important. My name's Barnaby Jones. I'm a private investigator.
Barnaby!
Well, Sergeant Marley.
He's okay, I know him. What are you doing here?
I might ask you the same question.
It's no secret. Longwood's having lunch with Mohammed Abu Rashid.
The oil prince. Now, that explains why you're here. You're guarding him.
He brought his own security men. I'm the token local police observer. A matter of courtesy, more or less.
I guess all this means I'm not going to be able to see Longwood today.
I doubt it. Sorry you made the long drive up here for nothing.
Oh, it's pretty scenery up here. I don't get to drive up this canyon very much.
Oh! Can't stand it! Somebody do something! I need a doctor! Oh, oh God, it hurts! Can't somebody do something?
Okay, how long have you been
Oh,
like
I don't know. Hours. Ooh, do something, please.
Where does it hurt?
Everywhere. Ooh, mostly my side. Down here on the right. Oh. Oh.
Okay, hang on, I'll be right back.
Oh. 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 Ah. No. Oh.
Colonel?
What is it?
One of the recruits, Barker, may have appendicitis.
Great. Well, can you give him something?
I'm not a doctor, but if it's for real, he could die.
Well, get him to the hospital and stay with him, all right?
I'll handle it. Good luck today.
Thanks.
I trust you'll enjoy this, Excellency.
Ah, Mr. Longwood, I see you remembered my curious eating habits.
Would you deny a guest any desire in your home?
No, but a vegetarian's diet is not for everyone. Actually, I would not have been offended had you ordered something else for yourself.
To tell you the truth, Excellency, you've converted me.
I doubt it, but it's kind of you to say so.
Shall we?
I apologize, but just now is a troubled time in my homeland. Excellent.
I'm sorry, but you'll have to wait in there.
Stop. I feel a lot better.
Hey, what are you doing?
Oh, really? I'm okay. I've got to get to a phone.
No, just calm down.
I'll be back.
Barnaby Jones' office, may I help you?
It's me, Betty.
Oh, Barnaby, thank heavens.
What's wrong?
Well, I just got a call from a very excited man who said his name was Steve Barker and that he was in the same outfit with J.R.
Is J.R. all right?
He's a prisoner of those mercenaries. Danny Corman is with him. Now, this man said that they are planning a raid on an estate somewhere here in town to assassinate an oil minister. I tried to find out where, but he didn't know the location.
I think I do.
Believe it? They're
gonna be early.
I can send technicians to your country who can help your people to progress the equivalent of 10 years in 18 months.
But don't you see, that is exactly the kind of help we don't need. We are innocents. Look, I'm fearful that if we progress too fast, our teachers will become our masters.
Others in your country don't feel that way.
Those others are my enemies, Mr. Longwood.
There are no guards. Where's the dog? I don't like this. What in the hell are they?
Maybe we got lucky this time.
Maybe.
You want to wait for Reed?
No. He can catch up. We better go while we can.
Maybe Longwood concentrated everything around the target.
Maybe he already left.
No, that's his limousine. Give me that.
It's too easy.
You just can't stop now.
Where's Reed? He should have caught us by now.
Otis, check on him. Get back as soon as you can.
Right.
We'll keep moving.
Let's take him. What the?
Hold it, Mr. Longwood.
Come on. And you call yourself a soldier?
Mr. Longwood, there's an old saying, and I can't think of a time it applies better. You get what you pay for. First thing we did was to get Rashid out of there in my car.
You know, I couldn't believe the expression on Longwood's face when he found himself looking up the muzzle of Folsom's gun.
He wouldn't tell us what the plan was, so we figured the best thing to do would be to get rid of all the resistance so there wouldn't be any reason for any shooting till he got to the study.
What about Lucy Todd and Reed?
Police picked her up at the hospital and him on his way to Longwood.
Where are they? Annie, she's a woman and she's gonna make you sweat.
Danny? Oh, Danny. I was afraid I'd never see you again.
From now on, you won't see anything else.
JR, how can I ever thank you?
One kiss, this cheek, that's it.
Anytime you need some help, you just say the word and you got it.
Well, I just want you to be happy.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye. I bet they will be, too.
How do you feel, Jedediah?
It feels damn good.
Barnaby Jones, a Quinn Martin production, starring Buddy Ebsen. Also starring Lee Merriweather, Mark Shera, with guest stars Diane Baker, Alan Fudge, Michael Ebert. Tonight's episode, The Wife Beater.
Hello. Betty? Pat, I'm sorry to call you so late, but I need your help.
What's wrong, honey?
It's Glenn.
Is he drinking again?
Yes. I've never seen him this bad before. I'm afraid he's going to kill me.
Pat, I want you to hang up. I'm going to call the police.
No, Betty, please. Please, just come over here. I'm sure that once you're here, you'll be fine.
But for how long, honey? Until I leave? Pat, you've got to do something.
Who are you talking to? Get off the phone!
Betty, please!
I said get off the phone!
Oh, please, no.
Betty. Pat? Pat? Are you in there? Glenn? You don't know what I was just thinking.
I was in the bathroom and I didn't hear you come in.
Honey, are you all right?
Yeah, I'm all right. Glenn passed out just after I talked to you. I tried to call you back, but you'd already left.
Come on, let's find your suitcase and I'll help you put some things together.
What for?
You don't think I'm going to let you stay here alone with him, do you? You're going to stay with me.
That's sweet of you, Betty, but everything's all right now.
All right? A few minutes ago, you thought he was going to kill you.
That's because he was drunk. By tomorrow morning, he'll have forgotten all about it.
Honey, he has no right to abuse you. Pat, will you look at your face?
I have looked at it, Betty, and I'm sorry you had to see me this way.
You have to do something.
What, Betty? Just walk out on him like he didn't exist. Every day is another disappointment for him. And he just doesn't know what to do about it. I know you're only trying to help me, but I just can't walk out on him. I can't let him wake up and not find me here.
I guess I can't force you to come with. But you gotta promise me that you're gonna see me tomorrow. We'll have lunch. Maybe we can figure something out.
I'd like that. Thank you for caring.
Maybe it's none of my business, but from what Betty told me, maybe ought to do something about your situation.
Mr. Jones, it really isn't that serious. Betty is exaggerating.
Those dark glasses you're wearing, hiding Betty's exaggeration?
Well, he just hit me, that's all. He lost his temper.
Pat, last night when you called me, you were terrified. If he hadn't passed out, who knows what he might have done?
That won't happen again, Betty.
How can you say that? He's not going to stop drinking. And every time he gets drunk, he beats you.
Is that true, Pat?
Yes. That's true, and I don't know what to do about it.
Betty tells me that you won't call the police.
Do you know what a humiliation that would be for him? He's a sensitive man, not some common criminal.
What about a marriage counselor?
Glenn believes family problems should be kept inside the home.
Maybe you ought to worry about yourself a little more instead of Glenn. No matter how much you love him, a man who beats his wife is obviously disturbed.
I know.
Maybe you ought to get professional help before it's too late.
I wouldn't even know who to go to.
Well, I have a friend, Dr. Dover. He's a psychologist. He specializes in marriage problems. Betty could give you his number if you call the office.
All right, I'll talk to Glenn about going. No, I'm going to make him go if I have to drag him there myself.
That's a start. I guess I better start to get the check, which is probably the reason I was invited along in the first place.
Hi, Pat.
Oh, David. Betty, you remember my boss, David Conrad?
Sure.
Certainly do.
Hi.
Betty's father-in-law, Barnaby Jones?
Oh.
How do you do, sir?
Good to meet you.
You can put away the whip. I was just going back to the office.
Oh, no, take your time.
How's that for training a boss?
You want to tell me your secret?
Oh, we really were just finished. Thank you very much, Mr. Jones.
Good luck.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
It's very nice meeting you, Mr. Jones.
Very happy to meet you, sir.
Bye. Oh, I hope she can get Glenn to go.
Yeah. Betty, when I was much younger, I once tried to separate two brothers who were fighting. You know what happened? They both turned against me.
Is that your way of telling me not to get involved?
No. Just be careful.
By the way, Glenn called right after you left the office.
Did he say what he wanted?
No, he just asked if I knew where you were having lunch. I told him I didn't, but I don't think he believed me.
Why do you say that?
Oh, it's just something in his voice. I think he suspected that you and I were having lunch together.
Poor Glenn. He always makes everything so complicated. Well, I've decided we're going to see a marriage counselor.
Oh, really? Pat, if you want any time off, you know you've got it.
Thanks, David.
You know, I still say that some men have got all the luck. If you were my wife, Pat, I'd... What's the use of talking about it? You know what I mean. What's that for?
For making things so much easier.
Sure.
Come on.
Mr. Halston, according to a conversation I had with your wife earlier, she describes your marriage as a little more than bumpy.
Really? What did you say, Pat?
Just that we argued. Sometimes you got drunk and hit me.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It is true. It's all true. I throw myself on the mercy of the court.
This isn't a court, Mr. Halston. You know that.
I should at least have the opportunity to defend myself. Pat, how many years have we been married?
Almost 10.
And in those years, have you been happy?
You know I have.
And how many times have I hit you?
I don't know. Not many.
Well, then what are we talking about? Doctor, my old man was a violinist. I don't mean professionally. He wanted to be. Maybe he wasn't good enough. I don't know. So instead, he sold hardware, hammers, nails, things like that. And sometimes when it would get to be too much for him, he would go out and have a few drinks, and he would come home drunk, and he would hit my mother. But not out of hate, out of love. And she understood this. She knew it was the only way that he could ease that pain. And so she loved him. In spite of what he did to her, she loved him until the day he died. Can you understand that, Doctor?
You are an engineer, aren't you, Mr. Halston?
I was. I sell I sell real estate now. It's the same thing, only bigger.
And why did you give up engineering?
The firm I was with was hit by the recession. I was one of many they laid off.
I'd like to see you both twice a week in the beginning.
Twice a week? Where am I going to get the time?
Glenn, you promised me.
That's right. I swore I would try. We'll be getting back to you, Doctor.
Mrs. Halston, for your own sake, see that he gets help. If he doesn't like me, go to someone else, but go to someone.
I'm not sure I understand.
Your husband's a very disturbed man, Mrs. Halston. Take my word for it. He's a bomb waiting to explode.
And here it is. The only bridge ever to span a relish tray. Stress factor, 1 green olive.
That's fantastic. Someday you'll be building the real thing instead of sticks and chewing gum. Well, after all, a fellow who won, let's see, 2 student engineering awards in his junior year.
You remember that, Betty?
Remember it? I covered this story for the college paper.
Well, that was a long time ago. But I haven't given up yet. Just give me time.
And, yes, speaking of time, I've got to be up at the crack of dawn tomorrow. Sure you won't stay and eat something with us, Betty? Oh, no, thanks. Listen, it's your night to be together. But thank you for the wine. Good night.
Good night.
I think we'd better order something before it's too late.
Hey, beautiful. Don't worry. I told you from now on, 1 is my limit. Well, look who's here. David! David, come join us.
Oh, Glenn? Hi, Pat.
Oh, sit down, sit down. What are you drinking?
This is it. I gotta get back to work.
What, at this hour?
Well, I've just been catching up on a few things, and I just thought I'd take a little break.
Well, that is what I call dedication. But I guess that's what it takes to stay on top.
In my company, that's what it takes to keep your job.
I guess that's why women find you so attractive. Now, don't be modest, David. They love winners. You are a winner. Now, take Pat here.
Glenn.
I don't think a day goes by that she doesn't tell me how successful you are.
Glenn, that's not true.
But does she ever tell you about me, David? I mean, why I'm selling houses instead of building bridges? Now that is interesting.
Glenn, maybe some other time.
No, it won't take long. You see, I could have gone on to graduate school, but then something unexpected came up. Right, Pat?
Glenn.
Pat, I'll see you tomorrow in the office. Good night, Glenn.
Why do you always have to spoil everything?
Spoil? Just because I wanted to tell him why I couldn't finish my education? Oh, I thought since you two were so close.
We're not close. I'm his friend. I work for him.
Work? Is that what you call it? Hey, you know what? I need another drink.
If you have another drink, I'm leaving.
Waiter, double martini on the rocks.
Glenn, please, let's go.
You're not going anywhere.
And people are looking.
Let them look. I want to hear about you and David. Pat?
Pat! Pat!
What are you doing here?
It won't take me long to pack some things.
Listen, why don't we go with you?
Okay. Glenn? He must still be sleeping. Glenn? What's wrong? My wedding dress? Could he hate me so much?
Doesn't look like he's here.
I'll help you pack. Hello? What? Oh, my God. Yes, I'll be right there.
What's wrong?
David. He's been murdered.
That's all you can tell me, Lieutenant?
That's all there is to tell. You handling this for the insurance company you work for?
Oh, you might say I'm working for Betty on this one. It's personal.
Barnaby, there's nothing personal about murder. You got something. I don't want you holding out on me.
Well, everything that I got would come under the heading of suspicion. If you get some proof, you'll be the first to know.
Betty? JR? See you later.
Well, Barnaby, what'd you find out?
They think he was murdered by a mugger who waited for him outside of his office last night.
A mugger?
His wallet was gone, his watch, his college ring. I know what you're thinking, Pat, but there's not the slightest bit of evidence that connects Glenn to this.
I only hope that you're right.
Where is Glenn?
He should be at work.
Where's work?
Coronet Real Estate Company.
Jedediah and I'll have a talk with him.
I better go upstairs. The office will be in a madhouse.
I'll call you later.
Glenn!
I've got to talk to you, Pat. I want to apologize about last night. What I did to your wedding dress.
Wedding dress? Don't you know what happened to David last night?
Pat, you don't think I had anything to do with that? Oh, come on. Pat, how long have you known me?
Not very long. Not the way you've become.
Honestly think I could kill someone?
But I don't know what to believe anymore. All I know is that I've just got to get away from you for a while. I've got to have time to think.
Where will you go?
I'm staying at Betty's.
Honey, if that's what you want, that's fine with me. Just so you know that I love you.
Glenn, please, not now.
Maybe you'd like to see something else, huh? Morning.
Morning.
Well, I can see this is just the house you're looking for.
This is the house, all right, but we're looking for the salesman, Glenn Halston. They told us at the real estate office that we'd find him here.
Well, they told you wrong. He was supposed to be here almost 2 hours ago. I'm Sid Markham. Glenn works for me. What did you want to see him about?
I'm afraid this is personal, Mr. Markham.
Oh, yeah. Sure. Why not? It's only on my time. Here comes His Majesty now. Where have you been?
Sid, I'm sorry.
Sorry. Sorry doesn't sell houses. You had 3 prospective buyers lined up for this morning. You missed all of them.
I'll call them all back, Sid. I'll set up new appointments.
Yeah, you do that. And before you take off tonight, I want to see you in my office.
I'll be there. Mr. Jones, right? Betty's father-in-law? I met you at a 4th of July picnic a couple of years ago.
What a terrific memory. This is my associate, Jedediah Jones.
What can I do for you?
Did you know that David Conrad was murdered last night?
I heard something about that on the radio. I figured I'd be a suspect sooner or later, but I didn't kill him.
Well, according to the police, the murder took place at about 10 o'clock. Where were you at that time?
Trying to forget where I was at that time.
Unless you have a pretty good alibi, I'm going to have to tell the police how you felt about Conrad.
Have you ever heard of a place called Mully's Bar?
How long were you there?
About an hour. And then I went to the Red Sail, and then to a place called the Sombrero. We used to refer to that as bar hopping.
How did you bruise your hand?
I don't know. I must have banged against something.
Sure it wasn't Conrad?
I told you I didn't kill him.
And you won't mind if we check out those bars you were in last night?
No. Why should I?
No reason. No reason at all.
Do you remember when you took this, Betty?
No. Palm Springs.
We were happy then.
Well, at this hour, that could only be Barnaby. Or Robert Redford.
Yes, who is it?
Betty, it's Glenn. I'd like to talk to Pat.
Well, I'm sorry, Glenn. Pat's resting.
I won't stay long.
Glenn, it's no use.
It's important.
Betty. It's all right. What is it, Glenn?
I just had to talk to you. See, I haven't had a drink. I'm not drunk.
I know, but...
It just got so lonely at home without you. I tried not thinking about it, but how do you not think about somebody you love?
I don't want to talk about it anymore.
Just let me in just for a second,
no,
honey.
please,
Now,
don't make
don't
it
close
harder
the
for
door
me.
on me.
If you don't leave, Glenn, I'm going to call the police.
I have to talk to you, Pat.
Glenn!
Pat, you've got to listen to me. I'm no stranger. I'm your husband. You're my wife.
I'm afraid of you.
There's no reason to be anymore. Honey, I know what's going to save our marriage. It's not staying apart. It's getting together again.
It's too late.
Pat, let's have a baby.
A baby?
We always talked about it. I was just afraid of the responsibility. But, honey, I'm not afraid anymore.
Do you know what having a baby means? Do you have any idea?
means we'd be a real family. We'd have someone to care about, someone to love. Something that was a part of the two of us.
It's not that easy.
I'm not saying it's that easy. I'm saying we could handle it. Honey, we love each other. That's half the battle.
Glenn.
Honey, we got all these years invested. They're happy years. You said so yourself. We've got to give it just one more chance.
All right. Oh, Pat. I've got to, Betty. Don't you see that I have to?
That's it. Once she agreed to go home with him, he was fine.
A regular Jekyll and Hyde.
Oh, Glenn Halston, anybody in?
Speak of the devil.
Come in.
Hi. I'm sorry to bust in this way. I just wanted to apologize to you for last night. I've already talked to the manager of your place, and he says he will fix the door and send me the bill.
Thank you.
I also wanted to apologize to you, Mr. Jones, for the trouble I've caused you. But everything is going to be different now. I've taken the pledge. I'm not going to drink anymore. Also, Pat and I are going to start seeing that marriage counselor twice a week.
Well, that's very nice. I'm glad to hear that. However, there is one problem, Glenn.
What's that?
Those bars that you said you were in the other night, we checked them out and only found one bartender at the Sombrero who remembers seeing you. He said you came in around 12 o'clock. Conrad was murdered a couple hours earlier.
Well, you know what they say. After the third drink, all bars look alike.
I don't think you fully realize the seriousness of your situation. I can't continue to withhold information from the police. Sooner or later, they're going to find out how you felt about Conrad. Now, where were you between 10 and 12?
I honestly don't remember, Mr. Jones. Man, when I tie one on, I really do a job. But that's all in the past. All I want to do now is to make Pat happy. I'm even planning on taking her to Hawaii for our anniversary.
She'd like that.
See, my company is giving free tickets to whoever makes the most sales over the next 2 months. And you are looking at the future winner. Well, I better get started. See y'all.
You know, Barnaby, I really want to believe him.
You sounded very convincing.
Come on, he's a salesman, remember?
You got a point, Jedediah. Now, while I continue checking out the bars, I want you and Betty to check out the building which Conrad had his office. See if you can find anyone who might have seen Glenn there about the time of the murder.
I was just about to suggest the same thing myself.
I know. Sid wants to see me. Oh, is it true he had open heart surgery and they found he didn't have one? Sid, contact your travel agent. Have to fill the names in on these Hawaii tickets to Mr. and Mrs. Glenn Halston. They are first class, aren't they?
I told you I wanted to see you before you took off last night.
Yeah, I know. I had some business I had to attend to. It's personal. You can understand that, can't you, Sid?
Sure. Why not? I mean, I'm human like everybody else, right? I got a wife, 3 kids. I even got a dog. You know what else I got, Glenn? High blood pressure, ulcers, and my doctor tells me I'm working on a coronary. You know what he prescribes? He says I should get rid of all my aggravations. And you, Glenn, are one of my biggest.
I know I let you down lately, Sid. It's just, well, I've been under these pressures. We're not machines, Sid. We all break down. All of us. But it's going to be different from now on. I'm going to sell more houses than anybody out there.
Not for me, you're not. You're through.
Hey, come on, Sid. You don't mean through.
What did you think? I was going to make you sales manager? Glenn, you know what your trouble is? You're a boozer. You drink too much, and everybody knows it. You're not only through here, you're washed up all over town.
I'm not going to drink anymore, Sid. I give you my word.
It's too late for that.
Hey, come on, Sid. You gotta give me just one more chance. Please. Just give me one more chance. I promised my wife.
I'm sorry, Glenn. I got a business to run here. Look, I got a lot of work to do, and why don't you clean out your desk?
Yeah. I don't want to leave anything behind.
Hi, any luck?
Only that my feet haven't given up. I stopped in to see Pat.
How is she?
Well, she's fine. She's looking forward to going to that marriage counselor tonight.
That's good.
I've never seen him around here before. Think he had something to do with the burglary?
What burglary?
What burglary? I thought that was why you're here. Someone broke into my shop night before last and stole a dozen of my best cameras.
The night of the murder?
That's right. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if there's a connection somewhere.
And you reported this to the police?
Yeah, about an hour ago.
Why'd you wait so long?
Because I just found out about it. See, when I found the cameras missing, I thought my partner had taken them on the road with him to sell. When he got back this morning, I found out he hadn't touched them. That's when I realized what happened. Just made a copy of the serial numbers to give to the police.
Mr. Keller, do you mind if we borrow one of these?
If it'll help get my cameras back, be my guest.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Honey, I'm home. I've got a surprise for you tonight. After we come back from the counselor, I'm going to fix you your favorite dinner. Then we're going to put on some records, and I'll light those pretty candles that I bought. I guess it isn't any surprise anymore, is it? But it'll be like when we were first married. Glenn? Glenn, are you all right?
Oh. I got canned today.
What?
You heard me. I got fired.
Oh, no. Why?
Because of you?
Me?
That's right. First I blamed myself. Then I realized, if you hadn't caused me all those problems, Pat, threatening to leave me, I could have concentrated on my job and done better work.
You know, that's not true.
It did! You have been the source of all of my problems. I could have gone to graduate school. I could be a good engineer now if you hadn't tricked me into marrying you.
Tricked you?
That's right. By telling me you were pregnant.
But I was pregnant.
Oh, well, then what happened?
What happened? I had a miscarriage.
You think I believe that, Pat?
Believe it? What are you talking about?
I know that you made that all up so that I would make it all legal.
Oh, my God. Oh.
I've known it all along. The pregnancy,
The miscarriage, it was all a lie. A trick.
You poor sick man.
No, no. I have had an albatross around my neck. I'm gonna get rid of it. Now!
Stay away from me, and I mean it. You're never going to touch me again, never.
Pat.
No! I'm leaving you for good. I'm getting a divorce.
I see. Well, you have all the serial numbers of the cameras. If one of them does come in, I'd appreciate a call. Thank you very much.
You're right, it's a 35 millimeter f2.8. Yeah, serial number is 31792G. Okay. Well, you can call us here anytime.
Mr. Harrington, Four-Star Loan Company. You took in 8 cameras in the last 2 days, not one of them from the Keller burglary.
Are there any more pawn shops we haven't called yet?
No, that was the last one. But if you ask me, we are wasting our time.
You don't think there's any connection between the burglary and Conrad's murder?
To tell you the truth, I don't know what I think, Barnaby. It's been a long day, and I am really tired. What I'd like to do is go home, take a nice hot bath, and get a good night's sleep. So if you fellas don't mind turning off the lights when you leave. You will let me know if anything happens.
Even if it means waking you from your long night's sleep?
Just you try not waking me.
I think she wants us to wake her. Barnaby Jones.
Mr. Jones, this is Lou Sampson at Esquire Loans.
Yes, Mr. Sampson.
Those cameras you were asking about. Some guy just walked in here with one of them.
He's still there?
Yeah.
We're on our way.
Pat?
What's wrong? What happened?
Glenn was drunk when I came home. Betty, you were right. I've got to leave him for good. I just came by to pick up my things.
Why, you're welcome to stay here. You know that.
No, I know, but this will be the first place he'll look, and you know how he can be. Look, I've got to find a hotel somewhere. Maybe the Marina.
Oh, all right. Better call first, see if we can get a reservation.
That's a 13528.
Well, how much?
I could give you $35 on it.
What, are you kidding? That camera's brand new. It's worth $300-400.
Yeah, well, maybe to a photographer, but not to a pawnbroker. Now, you want the money or don't you?
45. Is that gonna kill you?
$40, take it or leave it.
All right. 40.
Okay. Here. Now, you fill this out, okay?
Hey, come on, the money, huh?
It's in the back. I gotta get it. I was just closing. You just finished filling that out.
Hurry up.
That's your camera?
Hold it! Right there.
Looks like David Conrad's ring, Barnaby. It's got initials DC in here.
Maybe you better call the police.
Yeah, all right.
Phone's in there.
Thanks.
Really, I appreciate it, but you don't have to go with me. I want to make sure you're checked into your room nice and safe. We got everything? Okay.
Where are you running to now, Pat?
She just needs a little time by herself, Glenn, that's all.
I told you weren't gonna leave. Never again.
I didn't mean to kill him, but he saw me, so I had to hit him.
Get him out of here. I hope this straightens out that personal problem for you, Barnaby.
It's gonna make some people feel a lot better. Thanks, Lieutenant.
See you around.
Barnaby, there's still no answer at Betty's.
Did you try Pat's?
That's what worries me. There's no answer there either.
Let's get right over to Betty's.
Come on.
I told you weren't gonna leave me, Pat. Never again.
Oh, Glenn, you're not going to do anything.
Get out of the way, Betty.
Glenn, she loves you. Why are you doing this?
She knows. She made me a failure.
Glenn, that's not true. The failure was your doing, and it's time you faced it.
No. I could have been building bridges now. I could have been anything.
Glenn, that's a lie. You know it.
Get out of the way, Betty. I'm warning you.
Please. I'll go with him. Anything. You had your chance in school, and you blew it. Stop blaming Pat for that.
I had to marry her. That's why I quit.
Oh, no, I was there, remember? You had to quit because you couldn't make the grades.
Oh, I won 2 awards. My junior year.
And after that, what happened? All right, maybe the competition got too stiff, or maybe you couldn't hack it, but you quit because you couldn't get the grades. You can't blame Pat for that.
What?
Oh, face the truth, Glenn. For the first time in your life, face it. Stop blaming Pat for what you are.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Sorry I'm late.
Well, that's all right. We just got here ourselves.
Here, let me help you.
Thanks, J.R. Oh, did you see Glenn?
Yes. They have this small lake out there. We took a walk by it.
How is he?
Relaxed, thoughtful.
How long did the doctor say he'd have to be there?
6 months, a year, maybe. Who knows?
Pat, when he gets out, are you going back to him?
I don't know. I guess a lot of it depends on him. And time. I just don't know.
Well, why don't we order?
Now, listen, Barnaby, I really don't have too much of an appetite.
Too bad, Jedediah. It's my check.
Your check?
That's right.
I'll start with some soup, maybe have a salad later on. Hey, the lasagna here is really terrific. Ravioli. Maybe have a lasagna in the ravioli.